welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 10 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 147, NASDAQ up 67, S&P's up 17, gold contract flat at $1,228 an ounce. Silver up 5 cents at $17.21 an ounce. Platinum up $8 at $1,266 an ounce. Copper up 2.5 pennies at $3.09 a pound. Light sweet crude up 33 cents at $81.33 a barrel. Bonds, we have the 10-year down 6 ticks, 126.30. 30-year down 17 at 141.14. King dollar down 96 ticks, trading out at 85.46. You got the euro up 39 at 127.37, and the yen is trading at 108.09. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? You're up $14. We're at 1976. We have light volume once again. What it looks that we're going to have here, folks, okay? When you take this and we put this on a trend break, what you have is this. The way that we broke, when we broke downtown, folks, we broke the week of December 10th, October 10th, rather. We went from 1977 down to 1906. The following week, we went down to 1886. You broke that, and you broke it with volume on the way down. On the way back up, under that channel line is set up at about the 1992 to 1994 area. So we're at 1976. It looks like we're going to go after the bottom of that channel line. That's what happens. That's what happens sometimes when you do break with conviction. Right now, this is what you have. The SPY, the high of the SPY is 201.88. Right now, we're 197. That high was generated September 19th. We go from 201 down to a price point of 181. Each and every day right now, what you're seeing is not only a contraction, but the contraction is pretty dramatic on the type of volume, the type of gas you have as we go higher. We're doing 67 million shares today. Yesterday we did 82 million. Day before 117, the day before 154, the day before 151, the day before 154. Bottom line is that you're coming into 177 million. That in itself, now that in itself was light volume at those highs. So I suspect when you take a look at the SPY, it's going to go, and the SPY, what's kind of interesting here is that the SPY itself has a different number than the cash S&P. The SPY number for the bottom of that break, that channel break, right now, well, it's 199.63. That's how that shakes out when the high is up there is 201. I expect, you know what, we're going to see it. What you have out here today, volume-wise, we're at 480 million, so we'll do probably around 700 million on the NYSE. We take a look at the NASDAQ. Right, NASDAQ is 1.4, so the NASDAQ is going to do about 1.7. Percentage-wise, this is what you have happening. You have the Dow up 0.8%, the NASDAQ is up 1.5%, the S&P is up 0.7%. We go over to the NASDAQ composite. We take a look at the composite. Composite is up 68 points out here. The composite can go test the highs. That's the bottom line. The composite is 4,554. That high is 46.10. The NDX 100, we take a look at the NDX 100. What you have with the NDX 100, that has 23 million shares today. You're right next to the high, so more than likely that high is going to get tested again. The high in the NDX 100 right now is 100.54. We've reached 99.96. The last high that was generated up there, which was light volume, was 96 million shares, 46 million shares, rather. We've done 23 million today. We'll end up doing about, let's see, we'll do about 29 million, 28 million. Yesterday you did 29 million. The day before we did 43, 45. you're going into 64 million. So you have higher price coming in, no doubt. No buyers up at the top. Distribution, and this is the second time, because the first top, just so you can understand, the first top you didn't have any volume. This time you're coming up with even lighter volume. Gold contract. Now this is where it's going to get really interesting. So check this out. Gold contract, folks, didn't do anything today. Gold contract, you had a price spread in gold of 12.22 and a low, 12.35 in the high. We've done 115,000 contracts. That 115,000 contracts has come in and rejected the low that was established on the 23rd. The 23rd, we had 140,000 contracts, as well as the 15th, where it had 258,000 contracts. That being said, now let's go over to silver. So we take a look at silver. That being said, we take a look at the silver contract. Silver has a huge amount of work to do to get inside its range. So silver hasn't moved whatsoever. Low today is 1706. The high 1740. We've done 29,000 contracts. It's like, okay, what are you going to do? In both cases, silver has a lot more work to do than gold. But in both cases, I expect, first off, silver was going to try to run up to the 1782. Silver has a lot of work to do to get back inside the 1870 area. But I expect what you're going to see is that you're building cause in silver to first off get up to the 1780 area. Then we'll see how it acts as it tries to get into the higher range, which is the 1870 area. Gold. Now we go back to gold. So when you look at gold, what you have at gold is this. It looks to me that gold has just set up a nice C point of an ABC structure on the way up. And if that's what we have, 1183 is your A point on this, 1255 is your B. So it's a decent A to B structure on the way up. We're talking about 73 points. 55 plus 17. 55, 65, 75. Yeah, 73 points. 73 points will get you into about the 1300 area, which totally makes sense because your swing point up here, when it did go topside off the bottom in October 6th, is saying that that wants to get up to 1297. Now, XAU and the HUI, and here's that divergence. There's big divergence, and this is what it is. There's plenty of gold and silver stocks that basically look that they want to go a lot lower. But there's also just as many that want to go higher. And the divergence is pretty intense out here. So it's going to be like, who wins the battle, the Bears or the Bulls? What is interesting, now I didn't buy the stock today, but this is pretty intriguing in itself. Rangel Resources is trading at 64.91. And Rangel, okay, if we go back into gold history, meaning since 2001, what you have is this. After large corrections, well, here, 2001, the way this had worked, folks, is this. The first equity after a 20-year bear market coming off the bottom was Gold Corp. Gold Corp was the strongest equity inside the gold market for about two and a half, 3 years. About 3 years, actually. Then you had a big correction. What took over then was an Eco Eagle. An Eco Eagle took over. That was the strongest gold stock. That lasted to about 2007. Gold Corp took over. After that correction, now the question is, will Gold Corp, Rangel Resources took over. Will Rangel be the strongest stock, or will someone else take over? Well, it's pretty wild because technically the setup on Rangel is that you're at 64.94. It looks like it wants to go to 60 bucks, and I think it could even, get down to somewhere in about 48.60 if 60 doesn't hold. That being said, their business, the fundamental business, is great. I've interviewed Mark, the CEO of Bristow of Gold Corp many times. Of Rangel Resources. You may have heard him here. And that being said, now, okay, so check this out. One of the risk that he always has had, he does business in West Africa. Well, before it was a risk of, basically wars. Now, of course, it's Ebola. But in that context, what you have, you talk about a monster funds coming in it. BlackRock came into this stock, and it came in a big way. BlackRock right now, when I'm pulling this up, hey, you stay right there. I'm going to walk you through this. We're going to be right back, folks.